Hey, this is Paul at Focus Pulling. Thanks for checking this out. Here we're going to take a look at and listen to a microphone that isn't designed for the usual purpose of honing in on a sound like a shotgun. Rather, it's designed to capture ambient noise in full stereo. The RØDE Stereo VideoMic X has really high ambitions to be the best stereo microphone you can put on your camera, but it has a price to match that at $800, so I always start with the premise that you always want to get what you need, not what you want. And what you have already, for example on the GH4, is in-camera audio that in many cases can capture ambience perfectly well. At the link below you can visit a clip that demonstrates that. But I'm going to pause here and let a whole half-minute play from the ambient noise at the ocean using the RØDE Stereo VideoMic X. And this last clip was meant to demonstrate the stereo imaging qualities of this product from right to left. But let's dig into the actual features and design of this product. It starts with the fact that it has a standard hot shoe mount, and there is a 3/8 inch threaded hole so that you can use that as well. But I'm just putting it into a hot shoe mount on my GH4 cage, and it screws down very tight. They also include a coiled cable with 1/8 inch stereo plugs. And when you plug it into a typical camera's microphone input, it usually disables the on-camera microphones. But what is underneath that geodesic dome-looking thing? Well, it's these XY configuration microphone elements suspended with Rycote technology. On the back panel, RØDE gives you some of its controls that you've seen probably on other of their video mics. And it also has a power button that doesn't activate with just one push. It requires you holding it down for longer, and that's great so that you don't accidentally drain your battery while it's in your gear bag. There's also a button that lets you increase the output by 20 decibels or down by 10, and this is important because in many cameras, the preamps are just simply not very good. Here in the GH4, for example, it's wisest to bring the mic level down as far as possible, in this case -12, and then boost the incoming microphone's preamps that are much higher quality to their maximum. RØDE also gives you a low-pass filter that identifies the cutoff frequency above which sound is allowed to pass. This helps to cut down on rumble of cars going by or even wind noise to some extent. At the top of the controls, there's also a high-frequency boost, and that's useful for the occasion when you might be adding, for example, a dead cat, which cuts down on wind but has the characteristic of muffling high-frequency sounds, so this compensates with a little kick. And thinking back to the way the power button behaves, I like the fact that just with one touch you can turn it off so that you ensure saving battery. And speaking of which, it takes a 9-volt battery in a side latch that secures very tightly. But even without a battery, you can provide 48 volts of phantom power through the ports that are also balanced for better audio quality. But ultimately, a microphone proves its value by its ability to faithfully capture a sound environment. And in this case, not to pinpoint specific sounds, but to capture the full stereo landscape of what's going on around the camera. So without any further talking, and to wrap things up, I'm just going to let play through a couple of locations at Orange Circle, California, of an antique store and an ice cream parlor.